Hello YouTube watch lovers and welcome to this new episode. Rather delayed. I probably would have to say that I took 3 months out of watch collecting, 3 months out of YouTube, but you will see that I'm returning right to the spot where I left you previously, because in my review of the No Time to Die Amiga, beautiful watch, just not correctly priced, I think, just a little bit overpriced, but a beautiful watch. I said that I really want to look into the stainless steel Amiga, and this is the watch that I received today. So there would be a story about how I acquired the watch, but today I'm gonna do the unboxing, and without filming I will adjust the bracelet of this Seamaster, and I will wear it for a couple of days, and probably on Friday or on Saturday morning I will do. By the way, we are now in the Wednesday, the 14th of April, and you know, the watch that I'm wearing now is my 39mm Explorer. So this 39mm Explorer 1, and I really want the camera to focus on the watch. So I will not do a rant myself. I'll just try to use this connection, and this will be in this part of the screen. So I will give you a link to the episode done on the Timeless Watch channel. I can just go with everything. So it's the alter ego of Ocean, Lenny, giving the discussion, the rant about Rolex and how Rolex goes forward and what they did with the actual Explorer 1. Well, basically this is now a vintage Rolex. Maybe the prices will just go up for the 39mm. But why am I wearing this watch? This is one of the most wearable, one of the best tool watches, and I'm hoping that this Amiga can just live up to its wearability. It is very easy to put on in the morning, take off, leave by the bedside during the night, just put on the next morning and forget about time settings. It's always right. I just had to change the time for when we changed to the summertime, and it's a tool watch. It's a tool watch which is amazing for everyday wear and very convenient. So I really want to check if this wide dial Seamaster 300 meters, the Amiga, is also as good as a tool watch as my Explorer 1, as some other Rolexes, which I probably will be reviewing to you in the near future, because I really like the Bad Girl. I really like the Bad Girl. But today is the Explorer 1, the rant by Lenny or Ocean on the Timeless Watch channel, and the unboxing of the Amiga. So I'm planning to adjust the bracelet and do a more proper review of a few days on the wrist, what it feels like, what it looks like later in this week. Okay, so yes, I can see the inside, the actual Amiga box. Oh, I didn't expect that there would be so much packaging material, but I just want to document this, because at the end of the day this would be my presentation for Chrono 24. If anything is wrong, but I think it's a very decent seller, very decent guy from the UK who sold this watch to me. I don't know if I'm at the freedom of telling you the name. Let's call him Mike. But you can see that this is the Amiga box, and everything is as right with the actual box. Don't want to show you the personal numbers relating to the watch. But really, this is the unboxing part, and here is the inner box, the inner Amiga box, and there should be a fantastic lacquered wooden box inside. So this is the Amiga cardboard, and this is the actual outer Amiga box for you here. Here we go. Here is the beautiful lacquered wooden box. Can I slightly lacquered wooden box? So here is the operation manual for well, it would be for a number of watches, probably including the Seamaster. So here are the cards, and so pictograms, and this is everything that belongs to this watch, and these are all the pictograms. I really shouldn't be showing the serial number of this particular watch, but here you are. Here is the master chronometer certificate for this watch and the international warranty. I'll try to shield the personal details of this particular watch, but you can see it was purchased on the 31st of March. So this is a couple of weeks ago. So this is fairly fresh, and it comes from this watch distribution center here in the UK. So this watch is as new as you can get the pre-owned watch. So all the new documents, and let us open the beautiful wooden box. And yes, here is the watch. Here is the watch. So it is as new a condition for this watch as you can possibly hope for. I really need to get on Chrono 24 and show that this watch was delivered in one piece. So here are extra links. So obviously it was tried on. Here is the sales tag. Here is the Amiga pouch, the wearing pouch for this watch. So everything is just like it should be. And the experience is like receiving an absolutely new, never been worn watch from Amiga. So what I really need to do is look at the movement and see how it finds just before jumping up in the air and saying that I got the real thing. So here is the watch, and I will show you after I've done all the stickers need to be removed from the watch. from the back of the watch, and it winds amazing. You can immediately feel that this is a Swiss movement just from the way it winds. And I want to see that little stud on the escapement. And yes, it's the right thing. It's the real thing. Really, this is the part which I will probably shoot for you today, and I will make sure that this fits on my wrist. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't even need any additional links being put on. So, okay, there. Quite a few links were removed originally from the watch, so I need it's exactly, I will tell you why I got the watch on the bracelet, because I really think that this watch looks much better on the rubber strap. But you know, I even wouldn't have to adjust the bracelet because it's pretty good the way it is. So I need to remove all the stickers from the watch. But this is like buying a new thing from Omega, and I will talk to you about the actual specifics of this particular deal. Just need to get on Chrono24 and acknowledge that I got the watch. Yes, the bezel. This is the real thing. This is the real thing. You can immediately feel from the finish, you can immediately feel from the way this bezel is acting, you can immediately feel from the way you wind up this movement that this is a Swiss-made watch, that it has nothing to do with the replica. So, well, okay, so I will wear it, I will de-sticker it. Probably don't have to do it just in front of the camera. I will de-sticker it and I will wear it for the next 2 days, and I will give you a full review telling you everything about the deal that I had on Chrono24, how much I paid for the watch and what I think about it. So the main point is, would it be as good in everyday use as the Rolex Explorer? If not, I probably can get most of my money back and maybe make a deposit for an Omega Speedmaster, because I really want to try out the new Speedmaster. This watch is thicker than the new Bond watch, than the Omega, which I reviewed in my previous episode. I really need to wear it. I really need to wear it to decide whether I like it, whether I enjoy checking out the time all the time, whether I like the fact that it has the date. My ideal watch probably wouldn't have a date, it would be more like this Explorer. But I will do less of an unpacking, less cluttered. I will remove all the packing material. You see, this was almost like receiving a brand new watch from Omega. Just next thing to it. Just really recent purchase from a nice guy here in the UK who really did an effort of packing it up for me and just presenting me with everything that comes in the original presentation box, and it's nice. You can feel that this is nice material. The box is fantastic. The outer box is amazing. Everything is just top notch, as good as it can be. With well, it's a brand. It's a fantastic brand. The Amiga watches are as good as you can get, and I will obviously tell you whether this goes through the acceptance, whether I really like it, or whether I would recommend it for everyone as the stainless steel option of the Seamaster Diver 300 meters. Really need to move closer to my camera and start showing you some close-ups on this beautiful polar dial. So more about this watch, want to reference other reviews on YouTube of this particular watch. Obviously Bark and Jack, who is one of the inspiring people who reviewed this watch. It feels quite nice. I don't have this unappreciation of the bracelet. By the way, Tim also loves the bracelet of the Amiga Seamaster. Bark and Jack hates it, so I need to make up my mind whether I like it or not. But I will finish today's episode. Part of the episode, and I will record the rest after I had the watch for a couple of days on my wrist. So fantastic package, everything in the right place. The watch is what I need, so I need to acknowledge receiving the watch with Chrono 24 now. Okay guys, see you in a bit. Hello guys, and we're into the second part of this watch review, and we're actually on the Saturday, and you can see that the date is here, and the date today is the 17th of April. So I unboxed the watch on the 14th, and it's been on my wrist for 3 days, and it's a very enjoyable experience. I'm just liking this watch, and I'm enjoying it more and more with every day. So first of all, I told you that I will reference the previous reviews of this watch on YouTube. So fantastic review by Hodinky. Probably you can fall in love with the watch, just how lovingly Hodinky describes this on-the-wrist experience with the watch. Second, an important review, very nice review by Jenny L, but she calls this the Panda, and this is a polar dial, not really a Panda. I wouldn't classify this. The watch has to be a chronograph with the black subdials to be a Panda. This is a polar dial, and Amiga executed it so well. Probably the best review, and what made me really interested in getting this watch and for a review here on my channel, and just to try the stainless steel Seamaster 300 meters. It was the review by Bark and Jack. So Adrian bought this watch, and I can agree with him that this is an amazing watch. It basically has only one flaw, which I will show you what I found uncomfortable in wearing this watch. Well, it's not uncomfortable. The watch is extremely good on my 18 centimeter circumference wrist. It sits very, very, very well on my wrist, and the bracelet is very comfortable. It is just when you look at the clasp, the clasp is just ginormous. There is 20 millimeter between the lug space, and the bracelet goes 20 millimeters, 20 millimeters, 20 millimeters, and then 21 millimeters at the actual clasp. So the clasp is not fantastic, and especially after months of wearing Rolexes and Tudors on my wrist, I got so used to the tapering of the bracelet and tapering of the actual clasp. I think Amiga did very well with redesigning the bracelet of the Moonwatch, the bracelet of the Speedmaster Professional, and I think that they will address this clasp. It is a very good clasp. It has this micro adjustment which just puts it on level with the glide lock of the Rolex. So you press, well, I need to rotate it properly so that you see, you just press the button inside the clasp and you got this incremental adjustment. You can expand the bracelet by really small, and you get your diving suit expansion also here. So it is as good and as comfortable on the wrist as the watch gets. So I spoke about the previous reviews of the watch, and it is extremely photogenic. The camera, the phone camera, this camera loves the watch. The phone, it is amazing to make photographs because there is almost no reflection from this white dial, and it's a gorgeous ceramic white dial. You just fall in love with this watch. You just fall in love with this, with the black hour mark, with these hour markers, with the play of the black on the skeleton hands, and everything is right here. I can even forgive the helium valve. It's not the best, the prettiest thing on this watch, but you just forget about it. You don't notice this too much. Reading the time is fantastic on this watch. I also want to show this photograph which I made with my prehistoric Apple phone. Actually, the phone loves, the camera of the phone really loves this watch, and this was, I didn't try to find an angle where the watch didn't reflect the sunlight. I just took the photograph and it worked. First picture that I took. So this watch has a lot of anti-reflecting coating on the top of the sapphire and on the bottom of the sapphire, and Adrian from Bark and Jack noticed that the anti-reflective coating can be scratched, but obviously nothing happened in these 3 days that I had this watch on my wrist, and I'm hoping that the camera is focusing pretty well on this beautiful dial, and that I'm keeping the watch like in the center of the screen. There's still something I wanted to show you about this box, something that I really enjoy, and you can see that the cushion, whereas in the Rolex boxes the cushion can bend and you can put a bracelet which you adjust it to your wrist on just any on the Rolex cushion. This wouldn't go, this wouldn't close up on this cushion in the full, but you can take out a part of this cushion. You can just lower the diameter of the watch cushion, and now the watch goes on without any problems. So I am just about prepared to read my statistics for the watch, so probably I will leave it on the cushion so that the camera focuses nicely on the box with the watch. Okay, here it is. Here it is right for you. So a little bit of reflection, but this is not much. This would be much harder with any white-dialed Rolex or Tudor. So Tudor Heritage chronograph couldn't read the time. Rolex Panda Daytona couldn't read the time. Here it is very legible, very good. So okay, so case diameter 42 millimeters. Lug to lug distance on the watch is 50 millimeters, so it is very comfortable. I've shown it to you on my wrist. It just the bracelet really doesn't give any extension over the lug to lug distance of the watch, so it sits extremely comfortably on the wrist. It's just perfect on my 18 centimeter circumference wrist. Maybe I'm lucky that I can get these watches and they fit very nicely on my wrist. So the case width is 13.7 millimeters. I think that the no date versions of the watch, especially the titanium no time to die watch, is about 0.5 millimeter thinner than the main watch, but you don't really care. 13.7 is not too much. I'm really starting to get uncomfortable once it's over 15 millimeters in case width on my 18 centimeter circumference wrist. So the META certified, so this one runs +2 seconds per day, which is absolutely not a problem. The 8800 movement, the only thing, I'm trying to keep the stickers on the back of the watch, and anyway, I don't have the macro lens to show you the expansions of this beautiful movement of the watch. Yes, just getting the camera to focus with the I'm still keeping these stickers to just in case I decide not to keep this watch, but currently my intention is to add this watch to my rotation of the everyday wear watches. So movement is fantastic. The silkiest movement and the timekeeping is fantastic for this watch. So between lugs it's 20 millimeters, and the only thing that kind of disturbs me slightly is the clasp of this watch, but I'm hoping that Omega are listening to the commands and will work on this clasp in the near future. They really did a very good job on the bracelet of the Speedmaster Professional, and maybe this one, it would be the next one on their list. So okay, the manufacturer specified retail price of this watch. So were you to purchase it from Omega would ask you for £4,450. So this is significantly lower price than the price of the titanium watch, and £7,800 was just an overprice for the no time to die watch. I still cannot agree, almost twice the price of this Omega. So my AD said that they would sell me this watch for £3,950, which is quite a good, well, almost 10% cut down on the retail price of the watch. The only problem is that they don't know when they will reopen here in Northern Ireland. They're talking about end of April, but it can be sometime in May. They can be closed like forever. So I went on the Chrono 24, and I found this watch for 3,850 British pounds. So you can get even better deals for a watch on the rubber strap. For example, I think that now there is an offer here in the United Kingdom for a watch registered in middle of 2020, and the private seller only wants 3,200 pounds. It really looks better on the rubber strap. I just wanted to try the Seamaster diver on the bracelet. It's a very nice bracelet. It's very nice in wear. It's very nice. It's fitting on the wrist. Just the ginormous clasp really can be improved here on the Seamaster diver. Otherwise, everything is perfect. The watch box is fantastic. Everything about this watch is quality. The only problem is I really don't want to try to compare this to the Submariner. I mean, Rolexes are unattainable. You cannot go on Chrono 24 and buy a Rolex Submariner for a price lower than the Submariner MSRP. So Rolex are playing this game where you have to play this game, where you have to spend a lot of money with your jeweler, who is the Rolex AD, to be on the list of the special customers who get all these watches on offer from the authorized dealerships. But I think that the situation with the distribution of Rolex watches just pushes people to buy Amigas, and there is nothing wrong with this watch. It scores positive on every single aspect, and I can clearly recommend this watch. I wouldn't so openly recommend the No Time to Die Amiga, and I criticize it on the pricing policy from Amiga on that watch. I really like this one. The only thing that can force me to sell this watch is the fact that I have just too many divers. I have two Black Bay 58s, I have Black Bay Burgundy, I have the pre-ceramic Submariner, and I want to get a ceramic Submariner for my collection. There might be just too many time date only watches in my collection. I might want to see if I can get a good deal on trading this in for a Speedmaster, for the Moonwatch, for the Amiga Speedy. But it would be just another Amiga to enter my collection, a chronograph. At the moment, I'm loving this watch. I'm loving the way it feels on my wrist. It sits very tight. You can see that the shots, it holds my wrist very, very nicely. I have no problems with putting it on, leaving it off for the night, just picking it on the next day. And this is what the tool watch, what it should be, and I like it. I like the way it looks. I can fully recommend the Amiga Seamaster Diver 300 with a wide dial, because it is a different experience to wearing a black dial or a navy blue dial, what are the rest of my watches. So to have this white polar dial, this black surrounding of the hour markers, with this black bezel, I think the big question was, would the Rolex Explorer 2 Polar, would they introduce the black bezel? They didn't. So I'm not in a rush to try the Explorer on my wrist. Plus, I'm really afraid of the absence of the anti-reflecting coating on the Rolex, and that wouldn't be quite as legible, the Explorer they swore to as the Seamaster. So really no bad feelings. Really like this watch and can recommend it for everyone to add to their collection, or at least to try this watch. It is not as expensive as the Submariners. It is available from ADs. It is available at discounts pre-owned on Chrono24. You can make a very good deal, and the watch is absolutely worth every penny. It's worth every penny that I paid for it, and I can recommend for everyone to get it for yourself. So I hope that you like this unboxing and review of the Omega Seamaster 300 meters polar dial, and please like and subscribe, and I will try to come up with some more watch reviews, the hands-on, what it feels on my 18 centimeter circumference wrist, the full story of buying the watch, of chasing the watch, trying to get it for the best possible deal on the beautiful timepiece. Okay, see everyone and bye.